845 kilometers, connecting Jammu with Baramulla via Srinagar. Scenic Kashmir is getting closer to India. If the roads are blocked and flights are a little too expensive on your pocket, the Indian rail network will bring Kashmir to you, because India's paradise on earth has an alternative gateway plan. The problem is that the project completion date keeps getting extended. Only about 172 kilometers of the track is up and running, and for the rest, Indian Railways is hard at work, but will take 4 years more to complete the link. Headlines Today takes you on a ride that crosses the raging Chenab and mounts the mighty Pir Panjal to bring you this ground report on one of the most ambitious rail projects ever taken up in India. What follows is a status report on the train to paradise.
The Kashmir Rail Link is one of the most prestigious national projects taken up by Indian Railways. Originally started in 1983, till date only a portion of this entire link between Jammu to Kashmir has been completed. Today, we take you on a journey to find out how much of this dream project has been turned into a reality and what lies ahead for this entire railway line.
28th October 2009. A memorable day for the people of the Kashmir Valley, when Prime Minister Manmohan Singh inaugurated the 119-kilometer long Kazigund-Baramulla line. A little piece of history was created, as for the first time ever, the south of Kashmir was connected to its north by a rail link. It has been more than 3 years since then, and Headlines Today decided to find out how the lives of the common man in Kashmir had changed ever since the railways came chugging into the valley. We boarded the train at Srinagar and decided to travel to Kazigund, some 70 kilometers from the state capital. We befriended Farooq and Manaz, both daily commuters, in the hope of finding out more about the journey. The coach itself was jam-packed, and it was easy to figure out why. The same journey via road would have taken up nearly 3 hours and would have cost in excess of 100 rupees. But in the train, the travel time is cut to 1 hour and the entire travel costs just 25 rupees.
This is not a normal train that we see in the other parts of the country. This is a coach car which is more or less a local train that commutes people from one part of Kashmir to other. It has been more than few years that this service has been started, but a lot of people who travel on this stretch do actually feel that it could have been a much better service if certain things were added to this particular stretch.
Basically हमें ये दिक्कत आ रही है कि एक तो ये जो बोगीज है ये कम है पैसेंजर्स के लिए, बोगीज कम है, इसमें और बोगीज लगनी चाहिए, और टाइमिंग में इसमें प्रॉब्लम है कि 2 ही ट्रेन निकलती है सवेरे, एक 8:45 बजे निकलती है, दूसरा 11 बजे निकलती है, तो उसमें जो एम्प्लॉयज है, मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज फ्रॉम श्रीनगर और फ्रॉम द रूरल एरियाज जो आ रहे हैं, उनको दिक्कत आती है ऑफिस में पहुंचने के लिए।
ये ट्रेन जो यहाँ कश्मीर में आई है बहुत ही फायदा पहुंचा है इससे लोगों को, और लोगों को काफ़ी सहूलियत पहुंचाई गई है इससे, लेकिन अभी बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है। ट्रेन तब तक बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा जब तक कि जम्मू से कनेक्ट हो जाएगी। इसमें शुद्धता से काम लानी चाहिए ताकि इसका जम्मू से बराबर ये राबिता हो।
The journey itself is breathtaking as the train traverses through one of the most scenic sections of Indian Railways. We then decided to take a peek inside the engine room, where driver Bachchan Singh greeted us. Bachchan Singh makes 3 daily trips on the Baramulla-Kazigund route, but he has somehow remained ambivalent to driving a train in Kashmir.
To pull these coaches, the Indian Railways has put in a special engine. Engine that we are right now on is an aerodynamic, specially designed diesel engine that pulls these coaches from one station to another on this Kashmir rail link. Bachchan Singh is the driver of this coach, and he's been driving this engine at this point of time for 1 month in Kashmir.
तो कोई खास बात है कश्मीर में ट्रेन चलाने में और बाहर ट्रेन चलाने में?
नहीं, हम तो जो काम उसे कर रहे हैं वही यहाँ कर रहे हैं। अच्छा, हमारे को कोई परेशानी नहीं है काम में। अच्छा, काम करने में हमारे को कोई परेशानी नहीं है।
The train that connects Kashmir's Baramulla, Srinagar and Anantnag districts is not the one that you see in the rest of the country. This has air-conditioned coaches with wide windows for a panoramic view, anti-skid flooring, sliding doorways, heating facilities, an attractive color scheme, and executive class reclining seats inside. Even the driver's cabin has a heating and defogging unit to take care of cold climatic conditions and is fitted with single lookout glass windows to give a wider view.
At this station known as Kazigund comes the end of this operational portion of 119 kilometers of the stretch on this entire rail network which connects Baramulla to Kazigund in the South Kashmir. Next we will take you through the other engineering marvels being planned on this entire rail network. This is the Pir Panchal tunnel, around 11.215 kilometers long, considered to be one of the longest in India and second longest in the entire Asia. A clear and perfect example of how engineering can be a marvel in regions which are toughest in terms of terrain and the other geological problems.
The Pir Panjal Tunnel is an engineering marvel and one of the main achievements that Indian Railway has been showcasing with pride. And they have every reason to be proud after all they've managed to conquer the mighty mountain range. The tunnel, which is the second longest in Asia, is a vital link in the railway's dream project of connecting Kashmir to Udhampur in Jammu region. The tunnel will reduce the travel distance between Kazigund and Banihal by nearly half, from 35 kilometers by road to just 17.5 by train. The trial runs began in December last year and the section is expected to be thrown open to public soon.
The main task was arrangement of logistics for constructing this prestigious tunnel. While going all those difficulties, we have managed by keeping our close monitoring system, like arrangement of material, arrangement of manpower and equipments required for this important project.
The tunnel falls in the 17.7 kilometer long section between Banihal Kazigund, out of which 6.5 kilometer portion is on cutting and embankment including bridges, and 11.2 kilometers is through the tunnel. The tunnel, which is the longest transportation tunnel in India, has been constructed at a cost of 1300 crores and took 7 years in the making. About 7,500 metric tons of steel, 328,000 cubic meters of concrete has been used and 100,000 cubic meters of underground excavation has been done to complete the tunnel.
As we look from inside this tunnel, there are some very important features that we can see. For example, this track that we are standing on is a blastless track which clearly makes sure that there is no maintenance required at later stages on this entire stretch. There are other features that the perimeters are also fixed for this blastless track. On the other side of this track, there are at least 3 meter long road has been carved out to make sure that in case of any emergency, people can be evacuated safely out of this tunnel. Clearly, a very beautiful work done on this entire stretch, making sure that most modern techniques and technology is employed here.
About 1,500 workers and 150 engineers work around the clock to accomplish this challenging task. And their work got even more daunting during the harsh Kashmir winters.
जो अभी ठंडी बढ़ रही है ना, इसी से अभी कुछ मतलब प्रॉब्लम हो रही है और कुछ नहीं है प्रॉब्लम.
The cold winds is the most important problem here, which laborers and engineers, supervisors are facing. And in all 6 to 7 years, this winter season is the most problematic for the laborers, engineers, and sometimes we close the tunnels faces so that cold winters should not enter in the tunnels. Especially when this tunnel is through, then the cold winters are passing from one side to other sides, and inside temperature is going very low.
The tunnel is 100% waterproof and is equipped with a state-of-the-art air quality monitoring system, a ventilation system and a communication system. But more importantly, the train would take under 7 minutes to travel 11.2 km distance from Banihal in the south side to Kazigund in north side of the mountain.
This is undoubtedly one of the most important engineering marvels that has been achieved by Indian Railways on this stretch till date. But from here onwards starts the even toughest portion of this entire stretch from Katra to Banihal. A lot of people say that stretch is even more uncertain than this portion. One of the world's highest railway bridges to be constructed, dozens of tunnels to be made, problems of water seepage, problems like collapsing of these tunnels. The real test for Indian Railways is the stretch between Banihal to Katra.
Sanctioned in 2002, the Katra-Kazigund section was originally targeted for completion by August 15, 2007. But according to the railways, this line that will finally connect the Kashmir Valley with the rest of the country is expected to be completed only by 2017. Work on the 70-odd kilometer long Katra-Banihal section was suspended in July 2008 following a realization that the geology of the area was not allowing the project to progress as planned. 7 years since work commenced, the railways only had 10% results to show on this section.
The area, these are very modes through which the railway line is passing. For example, our Sumbar station, for reaching to the Sumbar station, we have constructed approach road of 20 km. So it took us almost 3 years for construction of that road. And the next thing is the road is passing through the high hills. And on this road, there are always problems of landslides. Second thing is the transportation of the materials. As you know that the road highway from the Jammu to Srinagar, it is prone to landslides, and most of the time of the year it is either traffic one-way traffic or closed for the traffic. Because of this reason, there is always problem in movement of the materials.
This leg is the toughest section, full of tunnels and bridges. And as the terrain in this region is geologically poor and there are faults, tunneling and bridging pose an even greater challenge. But one of the toughest engineering challenges the railways face is the construction of a bridge over the river Chenab. Once completed, at 359 meters height, it will be the world's highest rail bridge, nearly 5 times the height of Qutub Minar and much taller than the Eiffel Tower. The 1,315 meter long engineering marvel would boast of several unique features. The design would ensure that it withstands blast and seismic activities, while the signalling arrangements would ensure the train does not encounter high wind velocity even at that height.
It's true that there are several question marks still on the completion of this project, and it's also right that the project has missed several deadlines. But whenever this entire rail link is completed, the train to the paradise has potential to bring smiles on the people of Jammu and Kashmir.